classic.
The year is 2013. I was a junior in high school. My Spanish teacher pulled out one of these. No, actually it was one of those. The title of the movie was called La Misma Luna, or Under the Same Moon for my non-Spanish speakers. It's a story about a young boy who was separated from his mother while she illegally immigrates from Mexico to the US. She's doing this in hopes of securing a better life for the both of them. She leaves her son behind with his grandmother, but unfortunately, grandma will become very sick in the future. This would ultimately end up in her passing away. The son, which his name is Carlitos, sees this as an opportunity to chase after his mother, Rosario, and try to reunite with her. This heartwarming tale shows the inseparable bond that a mother and a son share. More specifically, the lengths they would go to be together, even if they are in completely different places, under completely different circumstances. There's some serious themes on display here, the biggest one probably being the hardships that illegal immigrants go through. I think it's well worth a watch. It's a very emotional movie. You might shed a tear or two, so make sure you keep a box of tissues nearby. Over a decade later, I would play a game that would remind me of this movie. There's 23 trophies for us to collect, and I have to replay some stages once I beat the game. Let's get started. The story is fairly straightforward. You begin the game controlling our protagonist. He actually doesn't have a name, so I'm just going to refer to him as the son. You get control and you're able to start exploring. Soon you meet up with your mother at what is presumed to be your father's grave. While I was researching info on this game, I couldn't really find anything to confirm that this is actually your father's grave. If anyone watching happens to know if this is true, put it down in the comments. After you pay your respects to your father, you go ahead and follow your mother. She teaches you some of the game's basic mechanics. This includes how detection works through enemy sight cones, how to hide yourself in the darkness, and how to crouch behind objects. After that brief tutorial, you encounter bandits attacking your home. You guys decide to retreat from the attack. Your mother ends up dropping you off in a nearby monastery while she goes on and tries to deal with the bandits. Yeah, the son decides, fuck that. Our first trophy is for simply beating the first level. The beginning of the game is simple, you just have to stay out of enemy sight cones. Before we unlock our next trophy, we get a look at one of the main antagonists of this game. Let's just call him Evil Priest Guy. Next, we unlock the El Primero trophy, which translates to the first for my English viewers. You get this trophy in particular for inspiring your first child. Inspiring children primarily serves as this game's version of collectibles. While it's not essential to complete a level, it wouldn't be very cash money at you to not do it. Plus, sometimes you can get rewarded for it. Just navigating my way through the rest of the level. Oh hey, look, a chute. They probably put trash in here. I shouldn't be worried about whatever falls through here.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Gross. But right after that, we get our first piece of equipment, stones. We can use these to distract the baldies. They're not big enough to damage them, however. And after I inspire all the kids, I make my way to the exit. You might be wondering what these Bill Cipher and Illuminati symbols mean. They're awarded to you for completing any level without being caught. Specifically, you can unlock it if you manage to get spotted, you just can't be apprehended. After sneaking around and inspiring some kids, I come across a new item, the wind-up toy. Just set it to walk in a certain direction, and one of these shiny dome fellas will stray from their route to destroy it. So, while the sun is free falling, you'll get a transition in the story and get to play as the mother. She has a few unique things about her, like her ability to hang off ledges and the use of a slingshot.
A classic.
Oh, this is gonna be good! We should check back up on little bro. Is he still falling? Hey, yo! So realistically, he probably should be deceased, but he ends up hitting one of these. He really just shrugged that off. Well, let's continue our adventure. We do more of the same here. We just hide in coffins, but stay in the shadows as well. Oh, you thought I was done counting in Spanish? Nah. El Cuatro is unlocked for us inspiring our 18th kid. You know, it's funny to me. I know these are supposed to be monks, it's a monastery after all, but they really do look like a bunch of great value Gargamels. You know, come to think of it, why did Gargamel want to capture those Smurfs again? He's trying to catch anything he wishes, desire to eat or destroy the Smurf. A freaky ass dude. Oh hell no, we gotta save these kids. We soon make our way out of the monastery and get the equipment we buried on the outside earlier. We also get our next trophy, Escape Artist. The slingshot acts as an upgrade to just regularly throwing stones. You can throw them farther, and you also have a louder area of sound. Oh look, shoes in a box, in a cemetery. Hopefully there's no weird correlation. Shoes allow us to run faster and for longer without getting winded. So, after this lovely person pushes us out of the train, we have to fend for ourselves in the sandstorm. It's not too difficult, just make sure you're under cover when the wind starts to blow. Our next trophy we're gonna acquire is Pitch Black. Pretty simple, you just have to shoot out all the uncaged lanterns in the gold mine. I swear, sometimes when I'm running in and out of the shadows in games like this, I feel like that one meme photo of Mace where he's just like shushing the camera and he just goes back into the shadows. Once we're out of the mines, we unlock a new item, the cactus flower. This psychedelic fart cloud hides you from nearby enemies. Make sure you hold your nose when you run through it though. The Adventurer trophy comes from us taking 25,000 total steps in-game. This actually comes pretty naturally. Fun fact, according to the health app on my Apple accounts, the most steps I've ever taken was on December 4th, 2015. It was 38,232 steps. 0 out of 10, I would not recommend it. I distracted my 50th enemy with the stone for the full new lunch trophy. So, after you make it to the next section of the game, you're introduced to dogs. I like dogs, believe me. I think they're man's best friends, but these dogs right here, fuck these dogs. I think the big challenge with them is the modification that they get to their senses, whether it's hearing, smelling, or seeing. It's just so much easier for them to spot you, and it's really just going to come down to trial and error whenever you're going through these sections. You do have the ability to crouch through crops just like you would with small objects, and that allows you to move silently, but it doesn't really help in the sense that if you're easily detected, and once you are, because it's going to happen a lot, you're pretty much screwed. Slowly but surely, you can make it to the end after several attempts. I pay respects to my father and make my way to whatever's remaining of my house. It would be a shame if there was a bandit or something in here that was mother. Oh, here comes Mama to save the day. How convenient. I'll hang off the edge of this train for the Daredevil trophy. What a nice sentimental moment shown between the mother and the son, all before some company shows up. For some reason, they don't point their guns at them. They do at any other point. And after our mother yeets us from the train, we go ahead, grab our slingshot, and begin the next act. It's not long before we discover our train crashes because of an ambush. And there goes the evil priest guy in the middle of the gunfight between law enforcement and bandits. We also get a glimpse of our mother being carried away. And right after this cutscene, we get the survivor trophy for making it to this next act. Alright, let's survey the land. More dogs. With this new item we unlock, it actually helps you out with detection. That item is going to be the sombrero. It's a pretty useful item. It hides you from the sight of any enemy. Granted, as long as they don't bump into you, you should be fine. And for our last item, it's going to be fireworks. This is just a crazy weapon idea. Imagine you're just doing your job, doing your thing as a town guard, and someone blasts you in the face with a Roman candle. The next couple trophies I earn in the upcoming minutes will be for item-specific tasks that I must do to enemies. For Flashbang, I stun at least 3 opponents with fireworks. Once you unlock your last progression item, this game hits a nice stride all the way to the finish. Law enforcement and the bandits were in cahoots the whole time. I knew it. Just look at this filth. They're gonna get their comeuppance. Next, I'll hide from my enemies in 20 of these cactus fart clouds. Honestly, I can't even remember if I was trying to deliberately get this one. All I had to do was smack a chicken with the stone, which I normally do just because it's funny. Link would be so proud of me right now. These dudes got my moms locked up in a cage. Alright, we gotta focus and finish this once and for all. we inspire our last set of kids and free our mother, we have to, oh, this guy is insane. We're gonna do the dash on these folks. We get our 13th trophy for writing our 10th minecart. We're so close to the end, let's finish this. This last section is pretty tricky. You have to be careful enough to not get hit by falling rocks, but also fast enough to not get caught by your pursuers.
Bitch.
The more I think about this game's ending, the more I'm just a bit confused. So, as the son and mother exit the mine, they land in a conveniently placed train compartment. The thing that confuses me is this. These defenseless kids who were literally forced into child labor can overpower these grown adults whose groups are so large in numbers and they're well armed with a stockpile of guns. I'm pretty sure they have shot somebody through all this, but they just give up? Am I overthinking it? Yeah, I probably am. Alright, so our post-game cleanup is pretty straightforward. All we need to do is go back and find the missing kids we didn't inspire, and also complete any level-specific challenges. El Hijo is for inspiring our last kid, 69 out of 69, nice. For some reason, I have not hidden in 30 clay pots, so I went ahead and knocked that out next. I also have to play this same level over again, but complete it without hiding in any pots for broad daylight. Head ass. I have to redo a Gargamel level without being seen for El Fantasma. No stones is for completing level 16 without a slingshot. Two birds is for distracting 3 enemies with 1 stone. Hijo. That's so weird to say. Hijo is for completing every level without being caught. El Muerto is for spending 300 seconds inside coffins. You know, I really like this game. It's really straightforward, and there's just something about the simplicity and charm that wins me over. Aside from the Disney Channel original movie stuff they pulled at the end, I think it's something worth sitting down and playing if you have nothing else to currently play. The stealth and the puzzles are a nice little challenge. It took me roughly 8 to 9 hours to 100% this game. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Links to everything will be in the description as always. Be on the lookout for the soundtrack. Other than that, have a good one.